Hi, today you're going to make your slab vase. So I'm going to show you day one of making your slab vase. You're going to cut a giant piece of clay to wedge. So I'm just going to cut this in half. So when I say a giant piece of clay, this is how big I'm talking. All right, now I'm gonna wedge this giant piece of clay. Which is not easy. Remember to separate your legs and really, really push. If you need help with this, just ask. Okay, after it's wedged, you're gonna roll it out. So before we roll it out, I'm going to try to flatten this a little bit by throwing it. It's really fun. Now it's more flat, which will make it easier to roll. We're gonna move to the next room. All right, after you've wedged your clay, you're going to come in here. You're gonna grab a rolling pin and you need to grab 2 of these sticks. Okay, so 2 sticks and this is my favorite rolling pin and we're gonna roll this out. Why do I need sticks? I need sticks because I don't want my clay to get thinner than the thickness of this stick. So sometimes when you roll out clay, it'll get too thin on you. So you're gonna place the sticks, okay, next to your clay that you're rolling out. So here are my 2 sticks, here's my clay, and then you're gonna use the rolling pin and just short little bursts, make it a little bit easier when you're rolling this out, and then every now and then too, you just wanna flip it. Okay, so I've rolled out my clay. Kind of a funky shape, but my clay, just to show you, is a good thickness. Next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come back over to where the rolling pins were over here, and you're gonna pick a tube. So a skinny tube like this will get you a taller, skinnier piece. Thicker tube is going to get you like a shorter, wider vase. So skinny tube equals taller, thinner, and then a wider tool will get you a shorter, wide vase. And then you also need a piece of newspaper, which is also over here. Sorry, going back and forth, hope I'm not making you sick. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the newspaper and wrap my tube. Show you here. So we're gonna wrap the clay around the tube, and we don't want the clay to stick. So we just take a piece of newspaper, wrap it around the tube. That'll help the clay from sticking to the tube. All right, next up, you need your slab, you need your scraper, and then you also need your knife. Okay. So I'm just gonna take my stick and straighten up one edge, just using the edge of the stick, getting rid of these little pieces here. So now I have a nice straight edge. I'm gonna line up my straight edge with my tube, the end of my tube here. Okay, and I actually ripped the top of this, so I'm gonna cut off this top part here. I know you can't see it in the video, but I'll just show you. All this extra clay that I'm not gonna use, but I'll probably use part of this for the bottom. So I'm gonna save it. And then now I'm just gonna wrap the clay around this tube. And you can see I have extra clay here. Extra clay is good. But I wanna have a little extra here. So I have the clay touching the clay underneath, and I'm just gonna cut a little extra here. And again, now I have extra piece again for my bottom. Okay, so now I have a little extra, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to score, and I would just kind of quickly just kind of put this together and then push down a little bit right here so you can see where the seam is, and on the outside you're just gonna outline where the seam is overlapping. So when you take this off, I can see I need to score and slip right here, and then I need to score and slip right here. So score and slip. Please pretend I did that the right amount of times. Okay, and then now what I'm gonna do on the outside is I'm pushing down where the seam is, and then you can take like your rubber rib tool is a really good tool to kind of then smooth this down and into your clay, or just your finger works too. Now I have no bottom, so I need to make a bottom to this. So you're gonna slide the tube just up a little bit, and then you're just gonna bend this part of the clay under, so I have something to attach it to. Don't worry if the newspaper gets stuck. Paper burns. All right, so now I have this piece, my extra piece. I'm gonna put my tube on top, okay? And then I just trace around this. And then I bet you can guess. We're gonna score and slip. Okay, so score. Same thing, put the slip on. We're gonna pretend I did it. 3 times I scored, 2 times I slipped. Stick it on there. You can kind of use the tube to push down. And then you're gonna take your finger and you're just gonna kind of push it up so that you get that seam blended in. If you don't want to use your finger, you can use your rubber rib, okay? Now that my bottom's attached, I can take the tube out. Also, the newspaper's inside. So you might have to like wiggle a little bit to get it out. And if there is newspaper stuck in the inside, that's okay. I don't think I can show you, I'll try, but the inside's kind of bumpy. It's probably dark, you probably can't see it. So your last step is to use a spoon. Okay, I have a spoon, I have this metal tool. This is gonna help me reach down to the bottom to smooth it. So just get it a little wet so it doesn't stick. And I can use that to just kind of push the clay down at the bottom and make it nice and smooth. I also want to, on the seam going inside right here, I want to smooth as far down as I can reach on the inside. So you're gonna make this day 1. Day 2, we're gonna do stuff to it. So stay tuned. I forgot to tell you, you need to wrap up your vase, so you'll need a big trash bag to do that. And then you just put it on your shelf, and then day 2, you're gonna see.